The ship is slowly, I just realized the sun's right there through the channel, but leaving the port, beautiful view of Robinson's Beach, which is a black sand lava rock beach. I saw that this morning. If you guys like and subscribe, you'll be able to see that video as soon as we publish it. But yeah, we're slowly turning the ship, turn it to where you guys will be able to see the sun. But I'll spin it back, let you guys see a little bit of Hilo. And hey, Pam, are you guys back home yet? We're leaving our last stop. Very sad. Let me switch back. Very sad that, sorry, little sunburn. Last day in port. We're headed back to Seattle this evening. We do have, good. I'm glad you guys are back home safe. Again, tell Frank we said hi. Shannon said she's coming back up here, so I'll see if she'll jump on. But we're headed towards Kilauea, the volcano, which is just outside of Hilo, and we're hoping, which was our excursion today, was to go and see the volcano. We did not see any lava flow or any eruptions, so I don't think that we're going to see anything tonight, but we'll see. We're moving the ship now, headed that direction. I'll give you guys a quick view. It's definitely a way nicer day than it was yesterday. We did have those 5-minute intervals of rain. There's that Robinson Beach, beautiful black sand beach, which you see that black coral, but right behind that coral is black sand. Waves just pound that coral in the sand, and it was actually the first time I've ever been to a beach that had black sand. Yeah, we had a great day. We had an excursion canceled. So after I got off the live yesterday, we got back to the room and found out that the e-bike tour that we had was canceled. I'm so glad just because of the number of people that booked the excursion. It wasn't for the tour company, so they canceled it. And Shannon and I got off the ship and did the hop on, hop off. And was actually probably a better tour, so it worked out to our advantage. We were able to see a bunch of sites here in Hilo and actually make it all the way up to Kilauea and see the crater. So if you guys like and subscribe to the channel, you'll be able to see all of our excursions that we've done. When we have got off the ship, you'll be able to see what we saw today in Hilo with the Kilauea crater, and then also the stopping points along the way. Like I've said before, we're looking at trying to get our channel to 500 subscribers by the time we get back. We technically get back next Sunday morning to Seattle, so we got another 7 days on the ship, which is kind of funny that our cruise is kind of over, but we still kind of have a whole nother cruise to go, just getting back to Seattle. Angeles Trejo, how are you doing? Um, I'm not sure what that comment is, but hello. Thank you for joining the live. If you could hit that like button and the subscribe button, we'd appreciate it. Let me let me switch back so you guys can start seeing some of Hilo as we spin around. So we'll give you a little shot over here. Here's the reef, the break that spins around. And what we're trying to do now That dock right there is where the cruise ship ports. We just left there, and now we're sailing out of Hawaii. A little sad. It's our last day for our port. Technically, we go back to Seattle next Sunday, but Shannon and I are jumping on a plane, which means that we'll be flying back to Nevada and back home, uh, hopefully Sunday afternoon. I'm not stuck in an airport because I got to work next Monday morning. I'll flip it back so you guys can get that beautiful view that we all love of the sail away. See what Hilo has to offer. I will say this is probably, if Shannon and I come back to an island, we'll be coming back to the Big Island. Lots to see in Kona that we missed with our excursion yesterday, and definitely more today as we saw the highlights of Hilo, but actually missed a bunch of them just because we only had about 8 hours once we got off the ship to actually see this beautiful location. Little sad this will be our last live, but again, at some point we got to make it back home. We don't live on this ship. And I'll be honest, I don't know if this is the cruise ship that I'd want to live on. Definitely had some better experiences. Definitely had worse, but overall, a great trip. I'd recommend Holland America to older clientele, probably in their 60s and 70s. It is geared towards them. Get it back for you guys to see. We did have a great time. Don't get me wrong. The service has been good. The food, that's my one thing, and maybe it's because we've been on a longer cruise, is that it's very repetitious. They probably only have certain things they can make, but the buffet is pretty much the same thing for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with some small variations. And the main dining room is 100% the same every few days. And the food in the main dining room, when it comes to service, takes a little bit too long for us. We end up spending an hour and a half to 2 hours in that main dining room, which is not something that we necessarily like. I know it's for the experience, but um, you do miss some things that you'd have been able to do if you didn't go to the dining room. So I don't know how to look at it. Fortunately or unfortunately, the last 3 or 4 nights been just going strictly to the buffet for dinner. But I was thinking about trying to do a live tonight while we're viewing Kilauea. If anybody is interested in that, throw a comment in the comments. I'd appreciate it. I won't necessarily go live if people aren't wanting to see it. And again, I'm not sure if we're going to see anything because we were there earlier today where we did see some smoke coming out of the crater. A lot of smoke from where it's had some activity the last couple of weeks, but seismic activity and what the naturalists and the park rangers were saying is it's getting ready to erupt, but they don't think that it's going to erupt in the next few hours. It more than likely will be in the next few days. Let me switch back so you guys can see the coastline of Hilo. For you guys just joining, if you could hit that like and the subscribe button, I'd appreciate it. We're trying to, we're at, I think, 218 subscribers, trying to get to that 500 before the end of our cruise, which is next Sunday. Hopefully we can make it. We're probably gonna do a couple more lives. I'll try and get some of our content up from this cruise in the next few days as well. Only because we got 6 straight days at sea. So maybe we'll see some dolphins tonight, some sea life. If you've never been to Hawaii, you should probably put it on one of those to-do lists. We did enjoy the Big Island. I will say that the hustle and bustle here does not seem the same as the other islands. It still has some of that island vibe, slower pace. Put any comments that you guys got down in the comment section, ask any questions. I'll stay on for a few more minutes as we sail out. Let me show you that coastline and then also the reef. So what we were told today by our excursion or shuttle driver was that this reef is supposed to help break down the tsunamis, lessen the force as they come in. But what a lot of folks think, the locals, is that because the reef is so large and it's planned from the Robinson's Beach, but this reef is so large that it actually does not allow the coastal waters to clean themselves up. I guess back in the day, some history is that the sewage used to dump straight into this bay from Hilo, and a lot of the locals will not swim in this bay just because they are not wanting to get sick from the waste. But you can't imagine that they're still having problems since they fixed the sewage system many years ago. I'll switch it back for you guys. Beautiful day today. And I make point that this is the direction that we're headed to get to Kilauea. Looking at it on Google Maps, it doesn't look like where the crater is and where the volcano is uh, potentially erupting. That it's not super close to the shoreline, but it is or could be visible if something were to happen tonight. It is our time, 5:19. So for most of you folks, that would be if you're looking or watching from the west coast of the United States, 8:10 right now. Another 4 hours puts you at midnight. If you're on the west coast or the east coast, that puts you at 3 a.m. So don't know how many people will get watching, but we'll see what we get tonight. We do have our specialty dining, and then once we're done with that, we'll probably come back out to the deck and see what we see. It's going to be dark by then, so don't know if there'll be anything that will be viewable for everybody. But appreciate you watching, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel before, we'd appreciate the thumbs up, and the subscription doesn't cost you anything, and really helps us out trying to get to that 500 number, which is big. And I'll switch it back. You guys can see where we're at. Then there's town of Hilo, and we're almost out of that reef barrier. Pilot boat just went back, which means that the captain's on his own. Let me show you guys what some of these rooms look like down below. These folks probably have the best rooms, all the folks that have these cabins back here. They're not cheap. I can say that because Shannon and I got a window room, which it's a full size window. It takes up the whole wall of our room. It's not a portal or just an ocean view. It's an actual large window, which would have been where they would have put a balcony. But because we have a rescue boat right next to us, it's an obscure view. So we were able to get it a little bit cheaper, but it was still very expensive. So I couldn't imagine what these rooms cost because I know that the balcony rooms on the side of the ship were $17,000 for a couple for this 28-day cruise. I mean, that's way out of our price range. But I'll flip the camera back, ask those folks to like and subscribe that already haven't. They're just now joining us. We do appreciate it. 6 days left on our cruise. We get some Theory 7, because we still have today. We get back a week from today, so we'll be back in Seattle next Sunday. Not seeing anybody throwing any comments in. This is one of my favorite things to do is to be out on the Lido deck of any ship, any cruise line as we're sailing around. Get beautiful views of the city that you're not necessarily going to get doing excursions or doing the town on your own. All right, everybody. Anybody that's watching, if you want me to keep the live going, let me know. Put a comment down there. If you want me to stay on, I got about an hour before our next dinner, so I'm going to stay on. Thanks, Pam. I always appreciate the support from you and Frank. You guys might be our number one fans now. Definitely the number one commenters. Let me know if you guys are interested in doing a different cruise. Yeah, doing the Caribbean and doing Spain and Italy this coming year. Anybody else, if you guys are interested, hey Frank. If anybody's interested, find me on Facebook, Bryan Giambrone or Smokeytraveler. We do have an Instagram page as well. Find me on Instagram or Facebook, or you can email me at smokeytraveler@gmail.com. And let me switch it back. We'll let you guys see a little bit more Hilo as we sail away. And as you guys can see, let me pan back out. It's getting super wide now. The ship's making its turn. Let you guys see a little bit of what a adults area, adults pool and Helena Marathon looks like. And then also we'll be towing the ship around to to see these lucky people that get to have homes here. Let's see. Pam's looking at the Caribbean in March. Look forward to talking to you guys. Yeah, we'll be back next Sunday, Pam. So let us know if you guys want to sail out of Galveston or um, Miami. There's lots, or I shouldn't say Miami, but Florida. There's lots of ways to sail out of Florida. You want to do the Caribbean for different lengths. Obviously, you can do repositioning out of New York as well. Shannon and I did that. And something you guys might want to think about if you do, if you're enjoying the cruise life, is one of the things that we really, really enjoyed was going through the Panama Canal. It's a 15-day cruise on most cruise lines, or you can go through the canal and do a 10-day where you don't go from either California to Florida or Florida to California. But it's definitely a once in a lifetime experience. I know some people have done it multiple times, but it's something that I think everybody should do that enjoys cruising for one, or enjoys any kind of mechanical or how things are built. That's definitely a modern marvel of sailing through the Panama Canal. Switch it back for everybody. Zoom in a little bit. We're starting to get a little far away. Oh, we're finally hitting that little bit of break. You guys can see it there all. We're outside the break. Now we're headed to the Kilauea volcano, and hopefully, don't think it's going to happen, but hopefully, going to see something. One of the things that I'm worried about is, and I'll zoom in, is that cloud cover. Kilauea is in this direction right here. And we're seeing that cloud cover with rain. So hopefully it'll be a clear night. The sun will be down. I'll give a little shot of the sun going down. It's a terrible thing, this cruise life. But back, tell everybody thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments. Look forward to talking to you and Frank Van when we get back. I love you guys. And I'm gonna close it down for tonight, and we'll see what the weather's like later tonight. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you later.